Welcome to Drips News, your source for up-to-the-minute headlines. Stay tuned as we delve into the latest developments, from consumer sentiment amid tariff tensions to security concerns surrounding sensitive communications. Don't forget to follow us online for continuous updates. Consumer attitudes took a significant hit in March, according to the Conference Board survey, as President Trump's tariffs triggered market instability and recession anxieties. This marks the fourth consecutive month of declining sentiment, reaching its lowest point since 2021. A notable drop in income expectations suggests growing concerns about the economy and job market are impacting consumers' personal financial assessments. This data surfaces just before the implementation of additional U.S. tariffs, fueling fears of an escalating global trade war. While Trump has dubbed April 2nd as Liberation Day, with reciprocal tariffs, sources indicate the plan may be more targeted than initially suggested, focusing on countries with major trade imbalances with the U.S. Signal, launched in 2014 by Open Whisper Systems, offers free encrypted calls and messaging, prioritizing user privacy by disguising data. Available on both iOS and Android, the app registers users via phone numbers, offering features like disappearing messages and screenshot protection, while claiming to avoid sharing user data. Signal group chats are administrator-controlled, with encryption keys stored on user devices, not servers. Despite end-to-end encryption, MIT Stuart Madnick warns that Signal messages can still be compromised through physical device theft, malware, and other digital tactics, highlighting vulnerabilities at the on- and off-ramps. Trump's Liberation Day tariff plan remains shrouded in mystery, with only steel, aluminum, and Chinese goods tariffs currently in effect. Markets are highly sensitive to any developments in Trump's strategy, leading to investor uncertainty. Stocks recently surged on reports that blanket duties on sectors like automobiles and pharmaceuticals might be off the table. Tesla shares saw a significant increase after expressing vulnerability to retaliatory tariffs. A source indicates Trump is still undecided on the scale of the April 2nd announcement, while he introduced further volatility by stating that countries buying Venezuelan oil or gas would face a 25% tariff. Trump hinted at potential leeway in the duties, suggesting possible breaks for some countries on a reciprocal basis and mentioning future tariffs on automobiles and lumber. Despite public pressure, Trump has shown a willingness to ease tariff threats, signaling room for negotiation with China. A Senate hearing scrutinized Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's use of the Signal app to share sensitive military operation details, raising concerns about the handling of national security information. Hegseth allegedly disclosed specifics of planned U.S. airstrikes in Yemen within a group chat, which was subsequently leaked. CIA Director John Ratcliffe and National Intelligence Director Tulsigabbard testified that Hegseth had the authority to classify or declassify such information, leaving open the possibility that classified data was revealed. While Hegseth downplayed the incident, Democratic lawmakers and former officials maintain that operational details are typically classified, questioning why that wouldn't be the case here. President Trump announced a 25% tariff on all automobiles and foreign auto parts imported into the U.S., preceding the broader Liberation Day duties. The White House clarified that the tariff applies to foreign auto parts even if assembled in the U.S. vehicles imported under the USMCA will receive temporary special consideration. Trump anticipates auto companies will relocate to the U.S. to avoid tariffs. The tariffs, set to begin on April 3rd, are intended to be permanent and could generate up to $100 billion in revenue. A Senate hearing scrutinized Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's decision to share sensitive information about a planned U.S. military operation via the Signal app, a platform generally unauthorized for government communications. The hearing addressed concerns about the handling of national security information within the Trump administration. Hegseth allegedly shared details of planned U.S. airstrikes in Yemen in a group chat, which was then leaked to a journalist. CIA Director John Ratcliffe and National Intelligence Director Tulsigabbard testified that Hegseth had the authority to classify or declassify the information. Hegseth declined to comment on whether he had declassified the information before sharing it, while Democratic lawmakers and former officials argued that such operational details should always be considered classified. The U.S. has engaged in separate talks with Ukraine and Russia to fulfill President Trump's campaign promise to end the war in Ukraine. Despite initially claiming he could end the war within 24 hours, Trump has since walked back this pledge. He recently suggested Moscow might be stalling on a ceasefire and has indicated Ukraine must comply with his hard-line approach to continue receiving U.S. military support. While Russia has expressed agreement in principle to U.S. ceasefire proposals, it has consistently introduced conditions that undermine potential deals. Sources confirm that the details shared by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth in the Signal chat were classified at the time of disclosure, particularly as the operation was still pending. A defense official noted that Hegseth's updates resembled the real-time briefings a commander would provide to the president in a classified setting. The Atlantic published additional messages from the Signal chat, highlighting a security breach involving specific sensitive information about the Houthi attack. Despite attempts by Trump and his team to downplay the sensitivity, the messages provided detailed descriptions of the impending strike, including the aircraft and drones involved. A defense official stated that such actions could lead to court-martial for military personnel. Senate Armed Services Committee leaders are requesting an Inspector General report and a classified briefing on the matter. While some U.S. officials claim the information was not classified, CIA Director John Ratcliffe acknowledged that pre-decisional strike deliberations should occur through classified channels. That's all the news for now, folks, but don't go anywhere. The world keeps spinning and we'll be right here to keep you in the loop. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.